Good evening. Welcome to the Derry Town Council meeting for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to leave non-public.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to leave non-public. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so we're non-public.
Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to make a motion to seal the minutes indefinitely because it's determined that divulgation of this information will likely affect the adversary reputation of any person other than a member of the board.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second to seal the minutes indefinitely. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, those are sealed. Councilor Granessi, please lead us in the pledge.
Sure. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Welcome, everybody. In the event of emergency, there's exits in the back, and if you need assistance during that, see the gentleman in the white shirts back there at the Maltese Cross. Roll call. Council Granessi.
Good evening.
Council Webb.
Good evening.
Council Spencer.
Good evening.
Councilor Chase.
Good evening.
Council Moget.
Good evening.
Councilor McGeckern will not be joining us. And good evening from the chair. Mr. Administrator, welcome back. Glad to see you join us again.
Thank you.
Madam Town Clerk. Public forum.
Make a motion to open public forum.
Second.
Okay, motion on public forum. In a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Public forum is now open. If you wish to speak, just come up, state your name and address for the record, and Owen will look online.
Checking now, Mr. Chair.
Nobody?
Seeing none rise, Mr. Chair online.
Move to close public forum.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion to close public forum. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Public forum now closed. Consent agenda, 25-78, approved minutes from July 15th, 2025. Agenda item 25-79, acceptance of a resignation from the planning board. And 25-80, supplemental appropriation for Derry Commerce Corridor, TIF FY26, Abbott Court Parking Garage Debt Payment.
Can we separate the meeting minutes out of the other two items?
We can do that.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll do the item 25-78, to approve the minutes. Do I have a motion on that?
So moved.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on that. Councilor Granessi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb.
Since I had to leave the meeting early, I'll abstain.
Okay, Councilor Spencer.
Yes.
Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor Moget.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion carries 501. Okay, on the other items, 2579 and 2580. Do we have,
Can I just make a clarification on that one before
Yep.
we vote on it? For the 2580, the supplemental appropriation, am I correct that we should be announcing there's a public hearing on that on September 2nd? Okay.
yeah, you can mention that, yeah. That's a good catch, yeah. There is a public hearing on that, thank you.
Now I'll make a motion to accept the rest of the consent agenda.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
All right, so with that addition, we have a public hearing on that. On the motion, Councilor Granessi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb.
Yes.
Councilor Spencer.
Yes.
Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor Mosaic.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion carries 6-0. Chair's report. We have a couple appointments here. We have an appointment to the Derry Public Library Trustees as an alternate. So I move to appoint Maureen Shanahan as an alternate member of the Derry Public Library Board of Trustees for a term to expire March 31st, 2026.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Councilor Granessi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb.
Yes.
Councilor Spencer.
Yes.
Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor Moget.
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0. I have another one here. All right, I move to appoint Jessica Restucci as an alternate member of the Derry Public Library Board of Trustees for a term to expire March 31st, 2026.
Second.
Okay, we have a second on that one. Council Granessi?
Yes.
Council Webb?
Yes.
Council Spencer?
Yes.
Council Chase?
Yes.
Council Moget?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0. And that's all I have. And welcome back, everybody, from your summer vacations, and we jump into the regular schedules next month. Mr. Fowler.
All right, so for my town administrator's report, I've got a number of items just like to put out there. So first item, Derry Police Department, they've gone live with their body cameras. That was effective as of August 16th, 2025. As everybody recalls, there was a grant in the amount of around $574,000. It took quite a while for kind of some policies, procedures, and now that process is up and running, so I congratulate the police department on that and all of the officers for taking advantage of that program. Another item, with the start of school next week, many of the seasonal employees in Parks and Recreation will be going back to either high school or college. It seems like every year that date gets earlier and earlier, which then has some impacts on our ability to staff some of the parks and beaches and things of that nature. So just want to make sure that we announce a couple of days. These are all online on the Parks and Recreation website and also probably picked up on Facebook. But Donball Park will be open with full staff in hours through the 22nd. And then there will also be some dates where the splash pad will have some modified hours and dates coming up this weekend, 10 to 4 p.m. on Saturday the 23rd and Sunday the 24th. And then going into next week, starting the 25th through the 29th, the splash pad will be open only in the hours of 10 to 3. So just the nature of the business, but you know, a lot of the kids will be going back to school anyways, starting next week. Projects. As everybody is aware, we have the parking garage in the Abbott Court parcel. We went out to a bond on July 16th, a bond sale for $20.7 million. The results came back very positive. We received the proceeds on August 14th, and we received a favorable 4.3 true interest rate, which was right within the parameters of what had been estimated. So moving forward from here, we had, as was announced in the consent agenda on September 2nd, the council has to take action to put in the first interest payment only for $496,000. That was not put into the FY26 budget, just as a thought that we would put the exact number into the budget and not speculate until we actually had the bond sold. We're still looking towards groundbreaking. There's been a number of meetings about timing and construction contracts and things of that nature. So we're looking forward to some groundbreaking perhaps later this fall into October or November. I'll keep you posted on that. Another project, obviously, everybody's got their eyes on the fire station. Paving this week was completed on the front side. A lot of landscaping that's gone up. The building still has a number of minor punch list items. I know the fire department personnel have been in there quite frequently looking at all the small items and trying to put together some of the owner equipment in there. We're looking at about probably 3 weeks until we actually accept the building. Again, there's probably going to be a few things back and forth that have to be looked at between the contractors and whatnot. And then what that puts in motion is the Derry Fire Department activating their transition plan. That'll take some time to check communications, check some of the air, move furniture in. But we're leaning towards an early October to mid-October on shift, and we'll announce those dates and start looking towards some prospective dates for a groundbreaking, or not a groundbreaking, but a grand opening, and we'll keep you posted on that. And finally, related to that, there was some paving work that is going on this week on Rockingham Road, so I just want to put a motorist advisory out there. We had held off while the construction was going on, but now, before we open up the fire station, we want to get that work done. So anybody who's used Rockingham Road probably has seen some milling work that was done out there on Monday, and so that's going to continue to creep along as in the next week or so. Other than that, legislation, HB 405, many of us were present for the signature by the governor on July 28th. Marks a lot of leadership from not only Derry's legislation, Charlie, and many others. Obviously, Chief Fioli was present at that as well. And also Dave Karen was there. So want to congratulate everybody on that groundbreaking in terms of having the governor sign that bill. And then lastly, zoning changes. We're still working with planning staff to look at some some changes, obviously, in the Gateway District and some areas over by Exit 4A. And then beyond that, there's some items that were state mandated changes to building codes and some of the accessory uses. Working with Liz, and we expect to have some things for delivery to Town Council probably later on this fall. So a lot of stuff going on, and unfortunately it's August, so we've got to push some of our construction projects before the snow falls. It's going pretty fast, unfortunately, but that's all I have this evening.
Great. Questions, comments? Town Administrator? No. As Mike mentioned, September 2nd is our next meeting. So just for clarification, we will have the public hearing on the supplemental appropriation for the Derry Commerce Corridor Abbott Court Parking Garage debt payment. September 2nd. Just so there's no confusion. New business, 2581, Resolution 2025-047, transfer of funds for the transfer station solar project. Our CFO, Mark Fleischer, presenting. Good evening, Mark.
Hey, good evening. Hope everyone can hear me right. Good.
I think so.
Let's see. In FY 2018, a payment was made from the Public Works Capital Reserve Fund to finance a solar project located at the transfer station. This is not the big one at the old landfill. This is the smaller one at the transfer station, just for clarification. The solar array generates power for the transfer station, highway garage, vehicle maintenance building, and wastewater facility. The total amount of the loan was $226,240 and was estimated to be repaid to the DPW Capital Reserve Fund over 10 years. A meter is located at the transfer station. It is tracking the amount of solar power generated. The annual amount reimbursed by the general fund and wastewater is $26,522.23. A transfer from wastewater in the amount of $14,700 was included in the FY25 budget. Due to expected savings, the transfer station contribution was estimated at $11,822.23. The actual savings, however, amounted to $10,874.32, creating a shortage of $947.91. Okay. It is recommended that vehicle maintenance, which had a savings of $1,608.81, cover the $947.91. So we're seeking approval to transfer $26,522.23 to the Public Works Capital Reserve, $10,874.32 from the transfer station budget, $947.91 from the vehicle maintenance budget, and $14,700 from wastewater. Any questions?
Councilors, questions? Comments?
Doesn't sound like we have any, so I will move that we adopt resolution number 2025-047, transfer funds for the transfer station solar project. Whereas Section 9.7 of the Town Charter empowers the Town Council to transfer any unencumbered appropriation balance, and whereas the Town Council approved the use of Public Works Capital Reserve funds to fund the construction of the solar array at the transfer station, and whereas a year-end transfer is required for the annual reimbursement to the Capital Reserve Fund, now therefore be it resolved in Council that the Town Administrator is authorized to transfer the sum of $26,522.23 from the transfer station budget, $10,874.32, from the vehicle maintenance budget, $947.91, and from the wastewater fund, $14,700 to the PW Capital Reserve Fund. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. On the motion, Councilor Granesi?
Yes.
Councilor Webb?
Yes.
Councilor Spencer?
Yes.
Councilor Chase?
Yes.
Councilor Mouget?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries 6-0. Moving along, 25-82, Resolution 2025-048, to transfer funds from the Derry Economic Development Expendable Trust Fund. CFO again.
Yes. So a little more history here. Back in FY 2019, the Town Council authorized participation in the Southern New Hampshire Regional Interconnection Project, where water provided by Manchester Water Works would travel through Derry to service the communities to the south. Participation included water wheeling revenues accruing to the town. The governor signed into law SB 87 effective 8/30/21, which allows Derry to repurpose no more than 50% of that wheeling revenue received for participation in that Southern New Hampshire Regional Water Interconnection Project for economic development purposes. Additionally, via Resolution 2021-047, the Town Council established the Derry Economic Development Expendable Trust to place 50% of the wheeling revenues for future economic development. In FY 2025, wheeling revenue totaled $275,763, up to 50%, or $137,881.50 of that amount is eligible to be transferred to the Derry Economic Development Expendable Trust Fund. We're seeking approval to transfer $137,881.50 to the Expendable Trust, which after this transfer will have a balance of approximately $509,612.27.
Questions?
Just on that half figure, that 137 and change, is that sufficient to cover the maintenance requirements of that?
Yes, at this point, it covers the cost of electricity and any of the services that are related to that. At some point, when we get into the next phase, we're going to see that pot sweeten as there's going to be more pushing through the system. But for phase one, we're doing okay at this point.
All right, thank you.
All right, I move that we adopt resolution number 2025-048, transfer funds to the Derry Economic Development Expendable Trust Fund. Whereas Section 9.7 of the Town Charter empowers the Town Council to transfer any unencumbered appropriation balance, and whereas the Town Council previously authorized participation in the Southern New Hampshire Regional Water Interconnection Project, and whereas participation included receiving wheeling charges from users of the Derry system within the project, and whereas the town advocated to the legislature to amend the statute to allow a portion of the revenues to be utilized for economic development purposes, now therefore be it resolved in council that the town administrator has authorized to transfer the sum of $137,881.50 from the Water Division Wheeling Revenue Account to the Derry Economic Development Expendable Trust Fund. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, motion a second. On the motion, Counselor Granessi?
Yes.
Counselor Webb?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Counselor Chase?
Yes.
Counselor Mojay?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries 6-0. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 25-83, Resolution 2025-049, to accept a gift from Parkland Medical Center. Assistant Chief Laro presenting, and Chief Haggart. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, councilors. Come before you once again with good news. Here tonight to request that you authorize the town administrator to accept a donation of a medical treatment chair from Parkland Medical Center. For a little bit of background, the station is being built with a room off the main vestibule that's intended for taking in walk-in medical patients, treating them, and transferring them to the ambulance for transport. It was designed to have a medical recliner in that room. Originally, it was estimated to be about $750 to purchase the chair. When I went to price it, it was in the area of $3,000. Parkland had a surplus chair that they're willing to donate to us for nothing, really, and that saves us the $750 in the owner-supplied equipment line of our budget. Any questions?
Questions?
Thank you, Parkland.
Yes, thank you to Parkland.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Parkland. If there's no questions, I move that we adopt resolution number 2025-049 to accept a treatment chair from Parkland Medical at the new fire headquarters, whereas RSA 3195E authorizes the town council to accept gifts other than money to be used for any public purpose, and whereas Parkland Medical Center has been a partner with the town's first responders, and whereas the Derry Fire Department will utilize the donated treatment recliner for administering aid to walk-in patients at the new fire headquarters located at 56 Rockingham Road. Now therefore be it resolved in council that the town administrator is hereby authorized to accept a gift of personal property of a donated patient treatment recliner valued at $3,000. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. On the motion, Counselor Granessi?
Yes.
Counselor Webb?
Yes.
Counselor Spencer?
Yes.
Counselor Chase?
Yes.
Counselor Mojay?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, passes 6-0. Thank you, chiefs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 25-84, Resolution 2025-050, to authorize the town administrator to execute a quitclaim deed for 6 Barkland Drive. Mr. Fowler.
Sure, I'm on here. Okay. So last item in tonight's agenda is talking about permitting the town administrator to execute a quitclaim deed for the town to recover tax liens going back 5 years, and the total that we'd be looking to recover would be $76,617.99, and that includes all fees, legal fees, and otherwise that we have incurred, along with the back taxes, interests, and any other costs that had been established. So just to kind of put some background on this particular situation, it was somewhat unusual, but it had worked through legal counsel that a third party had emerged that wanted to purchase the property. The owner's heir had been living in the property, and we had tried to work out a solution in which the town would be made whole, and then that property could be transferred, and any of the excess funds could go back to the estate. And so that took a little bit of time working through legal counsel, but the good news is that that has all been brokered and squared away at this point. So essentially, this is compliant under RSA 8080 and also our town code 5-30, where you are allowed to complete a tax deed where you have a compassionate situation as justice may require. In this case, the deal will work out that the individual will pay back the town in terms of the tax liens as a result of the sale that is taken care of. But for us to do that, we have to release through a quitclaim deed for this to move forward. So tonight, we're asking the town council to grant that authority to me, and the town would be made whole upon signature of that in receipt of the back taxes and fees.
Questions? All right.
I move that we adopt resolution number 2025-050 to authorize an agreement to sell tax deeded property at 6 Barkland Drive. Whereas Article 5 of the Town Administrative Code sets forth the procedure to dispose of tax deeded properties, and whereas the town has complied with said procedures in addition to complying with RSA 8080, the controlling state statute, and whereas the previous owner has expressed a desire to relinquish ownership of their home which was deeded to the town due to non-payment, and whereas the council believes the conveyance of this property to a third party, Dauntless Path LLC, is in the best interest of both the former owner and the town of Derry, and whereas the town of Derry will be made whole with regard to back taxes, expenses, and legal fees, now therefore be it resolved in council that the property at 6 Barkland Drive shall be conveyed to Dauntless Path LLC, subject to the terms and conditions of the attached quitclaim deed agreement, which the town administrator is hereby authorized to execute. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon its passage.
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. On the motion, Councilor Granessi.
Yes.
Councilor Webb.
Yes.
Councilor Spencer.
Yes.
Councilor Chase.
Yes.
Councilor Modet.
Yes.
And chair votes yes. Motion passes 6-0. Councilor comments. Councilor Spencer.
Just two quick things. One, I attended the Derry Public Library meeting last night. As always, a lovely meeting, but I want to make sure everybody knows that the HVAC issues are resolved. It was nice and cool in there last night. And they got the part in, everything is fixed, so they're good there. And also, our joint legislative committee, the town council, school board, and state representatives will be meeting next Wednesday, the 27th at 7 p.m. I think it's in this third floor training room back here, I think.
Okay. Anyone else? Councilor Webb.
Back in June, I attended the Southeastern New Hampshire Hazardous Materials Mutual Aid District annual meeting. And just quickly, they're in a good spot financially. We do contribute to them out of our budget. Their biggest concern has to do with access to federal grant funding in the future. Because much of their equipment purchases come through federal grants, along with the training monies. So they're just going to be keeping an eye on that, seeing how that plays out. One of the things that they've expanded now, which sort of plays into a new state law, is increasing their ability to respond, particularly to transfer stations and lithium-ion battery incidents. So, thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Councilor Granessi, anything?
Nope. All set.
Councilors?
Yes,
Councilor Chase.
the Exit 4A Gateway Committee has been moving forward with the plans. We sent a primary draft to the planning board, and they had their first workshop with it. It was sent back to the Gateway Committee. Some adjustments were made earlier in the week. It's going back to the Planning Board again for another workshop on September 3rd. Hopefully, things will be ironed out in the Planning Board, and then we will schedule public hearings and hopefully get it to the council by October.
Thank you. Councilman Shea, anything? All right. Last week, the Upper Room hosted a ice cream social. I was able to stop by briefly, and very well attended. A lot of local community organizations there. A lot of businesses provided some nourishment for the kids. Very good event. There's another event coming up August 20th in the morning from 8:30 to 9:30. It's the Upper Room Open House Drop-In Coffee Hour. So if anyone's interested in going by the Upper Room, seeing what they have to offer and what the program is about, that'd be a good opportunity to do so. And also Derry Fest for next month, just start planning accordingly, September 20th from 10 to 4 at McGregor Park. It's always a good time, and hopefully the weather will continue to cooperate, and it will be a good day for all. And enjoy the rest of the summer, the next couple of weeks, and we'll see you September 2nd. Motion,
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, meeting adjourned. Good night.